Hello and welcome back to the Finishing Line, proudly sponsored by Hollywood Bets, the home of Dundalk's Punters Challenge, which is on Friday, which we're all going to win. Well, I'm going to win. I am. People are asking me again, how do they sign up for it? So I'll have links in the description here for sign up for a UK or Irish Hollywood Bets account. Once you've done all the terms and conditions verified and so on, just go to the Punters Challenge website, which is, I have it here. It's I have it here somewhere. It's punters.hollywoodbets.com. So you just sign up for there again. It's like a little competition part of the website. Sign up to that, register to play. It's free. You can be in a chance of winning €300. And for any Irish customers, if you meet the terms and condition of, I think, having a €10 bet in 7 days leading up to it, you get a €5 free bet for just participating in it. So it's good fun, good crack. It's Seth, Dave, Tom play it every week. I won it already. Not saying anything. But look, it is. We're all playing this Friday, and then there's next Friday as well. And there's one on Cheltenham Friday as well, so we're all good to go. So again, register Hollywood Bets, either .ie or .co.uk, whether from Ireland or England. Get your account verified and so on and so forth. Head over to punters.hollywoodbets.com and register there, and you will be good to go. Select one horse from each race. And look, you don't have to have any investment in it whatsoever, which is really good. Especially with Dundalk, you just get to sit back and enjoy Friday night racing. Is that right, Dave?
That is right, Andrew.
That was a long one. I memorised all that. I'm getting good at this.
Yeah, well done.
So, as always, well, I say as always, it's Cheltenham Festival Preview Week. This Friday, 7:30. Myself, Dave, Tom, Andrew Blair Witch, which Dave has christened them, Sam and Jack from Next Gen Racing, and the man, the myth, the legend that is Gavin Lynch will be joining us, who we literally just got off. We were talking on this before we started recording with Gavin for what, good 45 minutes?
Still don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
He's just
he's
just a super nice fella.
He's a man of the people.
Yeah.
So Gavin's going to be on giving us all his knowledge, which is probably more than me, Dave, Tom put together. Bit of credibility, Dave.
Well, that's okay. You may mention his cycling challenge there now as well.
Yes, we are doing his cycling challenge. It's from Laytown to Dakara. It's how many kilometers again?
I think it's about 180 yards altogether or something.
It's a long, long way. But myself, Dave, are doing it. We haven't talked to Tom yet, but we'll try to rope Tom into it. It's on in September, all being well with COVID restrictions. There's going to be a ridiculous amount of horse racing A-listers at it. Barry Geraghty's doing it. Gavin is doing it. Gary O'Brien, a load of others are doing it. So Paul Carberry's doing it. So it's
to raise money for charity and stuff. So it's a good thing to do. And look, we're happy to do it as a bit of a challenge as well. So.
And I finally have something to aim for, to actually get off my hole and stop drinking wine. And you might be actually nice to me from now on. Instead of,
I was angry with you yesterday because you're texting me saying, help me get fit, and then sends a picture of you watching the match and there's a glass of wine.
I wasn't watching the match. I was getting ready for Friday. For Friday, and I was just a little bit stressed and I needed something to just chill.
Yeah, see, said it again. You're going down this slippery slope where I need it. You don't need it. You want it. There's a difference.
I'm not going down that slippery slope. I'm at the end of it. I've gone down there already. I can't get back up.
If you're not careful, you'll end up like Tom now every weekend, drunk on the podcast.
Getting told off by your mother.
Oh my God.
Excuse me. So this weekend racing, it's decent enough. It's not the greatest in the world, but it's decent car from Kempton. We have the Bobbyjo Chase at Fairyhouse, and then we have the National Spirit from Fontwell on Sunday as well. So let's get cracking into it, because I have a lot to do for Friday. Still not ready.
Let's do it.
So much to do. We are going to start with the Close Brothers Pendil Novice Chase, the Grade 2. over 2 miles and 4.5 furlongs. It looks really good race. Hitman is in it the favourite. We've Gala and we've Mazir des Obo. It's kind of the main protagonist in this. Who have you come to on this?
Again, it's probably hard to know at this stage who's definitely going to run, but I sided with Gala.
Okay.
I think he wants this trip. He ran like he was outpaced over 2 miles at Sandown, in that Grade 1 behind All Mankind. Now Hitman was ahead of him that day, but I'd fancy Gala to turn the tables on Hitman if he runs over this trip. I think he definitely wants 2 mile 4, and I would be siding with him at the prices.
Yeah, Hitman's in it as the favourite. I'm trying to get the bet in here in front of me. I can't find it. But he's when I was looking at it, he was the favourite. He travelled well the last time. He ran in the race at Sandown that who won it? I can't remember who won it, but he was travelling really well up to his fall. Harry Cobbin looked really pissed. What?
Sporting John won it.
Sporting John won it. That he beat Dan Skelton's horse back in second. Shamblew. He looked like he was traveling like the best horse in the race, but he was second then behind All Mankind the time before that. It was on heavy ground. He looked like he handled it really, really well. It's not going to be anywhere near that kind of ground around Kempton, but the way they're talking about him, they think he's the real deal. Mazir des Obo, he's in the same race. He got bogged down by that ground. So I'd be willing to give him another chance. I think he's 4.9-2 in the place. And then I've Gala, who's going to benefit from the break. He looked like a tired horse the last time. He put in 3 good performances before that, up from the front, and absolutely galloping him and jumping him into submission. He jumps so well, and that might stand him around a tight track like Kempton. But I was kind of torn of giving Mazir des Obo another chance. His 2 chase wins were good. He was a very good novice hurdler, and he had a long time off. So 3 runs in kind of quick succession might have seen him. But I say the heavy ground was more of his doing. Hitman was traveling well in the Scilly Isles, but I don't know. It's kind of a price thing at that. I take a chance with Mazir des Obo at the prices. But I won't be shocked if Hitman won and pissed up in it. Where the hell are you going? Through the screen?
Fixing the cushion at me back.
People are giving out about you. You're doing all this the whole time.
Look, you know what? I'm lucky to still be here, so I know people are giving out, but they can put up with it for the last show. I'm back in the office on Friday, so.
That you are? I need to get this ready now because you're coming back. I have it all over the place. Busy day tomorrow. Mother of God. Right, let's move on. On to the Adonis Hurdle. Great. You like this race. You are a fan of this race.
I do, Andrew. I've liked this race over a good few years, but I don't really like it this year. So
we have Tritonic is 11-10. Honor the Don Jack.
Honor.
Come on.
I actually can't even say that, and I'm trying.
Wow. 4-1. Horse this soy. Heroes to Soy. Horse to Soy. Heroes to Soy. 9-2. Capsulupia 7s. Why do they have so many stupid names? 10-1 bar the rest. I'm seeing the rest of them. Who should you like it? It's stupid names like. Call your horse Dave or something.
To be honest, Tritonic should win, but if he wins on Saturday, he'll be shorting probably half of what he is for the Triumph because he'd be the best English horse. So if you think he's going to win this and then you fancy him in the Triumph, you're better off backing him to win the race Saturday and the Triumph as a double, or just back him to win the Triumph. If you think he's going to win the weekend, then his price is going to shorten, and that would be my suggestion. But I'd be very disappointed if he didn't win. He shouldn't.
Like he has the credentials of winning. He was like rated 99 on the flat. You'd expect him to come on a good bit from the first run over hurdles, and he's trained by the man who does well with these kind of horses.
Yeah, I mean, Alan King has back form with like horses that came from the flat, like Catchet and Penzance, so a few others as well. they might have been Grade 1 winners, but those two were. So you'd expect him to win. He got a strange ride the last day, as if they knew he was good and he was always going to pick up the winner, but he only just got there. But I'd expect a better performance Saturday.
Yeah, I'd say there was a lot left to work on after that.
Yeah.
There's form in here from Kempton last time. Hero the Soy of Nicky Henderson, who won because honoured I'm going to go with Dan the Jock. So wrong, but I'm going to go with it. He was in front, travelling the best. He's about 3 lengths clear, coming to the last. Clipped it, fell over. People are saying that Nicky Henderson horse was going to win anyway. He wasn't. He wasn't going to win. I was looking at this morning, and Honoured the Jonk, whatever the hell his name is. He was 7-1, but is that the correct? Is that Marcus at the correct himself? He's 4-1 now. That's the kind of price I had him at in my head. I think he'll uphold the form with that. I think if you can get 4-5-1, he's the horse that will put it up to Tritonic. Tritonic is Gary Moore's horse, held it already, and you'd be disappointed if Tritonic doesn't win, especially with the back class on the flat. But it's a juvenile hurdle at the end of the day. God only knows what's going to happen. Will it have any bearing at Cheltenham? Only if Tritonic wins, and wins impressively, I'd say. Yeah,
he'd want to be winning by probably 8 or 10 lengths and look decent doing it to... they'll shorten him either way if he wins, but he'd want to be winning impressively to have a chance at Cheltenham.
And like if Honoured, I'm not going to say his second name. If he was trained by Paul Nichols,
just say the number.
I don't even know what number he is because I'm looking at there's no numbers next to it. If he was trained by Paul Nichols or Nicky Henderson, there's no way in hell he'd be the price he is. He'd be 5-2. He'd be 9-4. It's just because he's trained by Jane Williams, he's going to be a stupid price. I think he's definitely going to put it up to me. He travelled so well around it last day. He's experienced on his side. It was a stupid mistake he made. I think he'll learn a lot from it. He'd be the one I go with now in this. Just on the fact that he's shown his form. Tritonic still has to come and do it. Probably will. Not saying he won't, but it's a juvenile hurdle. I'd rather take him at 4-1 than 11-10. Especially in a race like that. God, that's over because I cannot attempt to say them names ever again. Just chronic, like.
You struggle with English most of the time. No, so
I was looking at the race today, and I was at the desk. I said, "Hey, come here. How would you say that name?" I said, "I don't know." And I was all right. I'm going to look up racing TV and see what they were saying. Heard it right. I heard one thing, said another one. I just can't say it. Like I forget, and then I had it perfect. And the second I looked at it, I was like, cannot remember how to say this. I've too much going on in my head for Friday. I just can't get my head around it. What? You're gone.
Episode of Friends when Phoebe's teaching Joey.
Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Tu te le flute.
Tu te le flute. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, poo. Oh, I miss Friends.
That's
Friends
just fantastic. That is one of the funniest things ever.
I'm glad that's over. Right. I just shouted in that mic. I'm sorry for people's ears right there. Next, we are moving on to the Dovecote Novice Hurdle. We've Atholl Street at 5-2. Calico at 3s. Lucky 1 of 4s. Tritonic's in this as well, but he won't run. Cape Gentleman at 6. And 15-2. Big Order Rest. Dave, what do you make of the favourite here at Atholl Street? I really like what you...
I haven't a clue what to make of this race, so I might, for the first time on this podcast, not pick a horse in the race.
Don't be that kind of man.
I'm telling you, I just don't know. I suppose...
What do you think about it? I went back and I watched Atholl Street win last time at Thornton, and it was very impressive. He travelled like a really, really good horse. I know he's long odds on. He's a big horse. Another thing, it's a Trevor Hemmings horse, and the way that he's sold a lot of his horses, he only kept a few of the good ones. That kind of says to me, they think a lot of this fella, he showed it's all right form, but it's the way he done it. He done it in a horse of has a lot of potential. I know he's 5-2, 3-1 favourite. I think there's a lot more to come out of him. He could be the one they all have to get to. I know you've the lucky one who probably has the form in the book with his third behind Make Me a Believer at Cheltenham. And then he bolted up the last time behind Gary Moore's horse, National History, they were joint 6-4. I think he won by 20 odd lengths. He's a horse that kind of, you either get him on a good day or you don't get him at all. He's a weird run style. It depends what side of the bed he gets out of. And then Dan Skelton's horse, he's 1-from-1 over hurdles, but he needs to come on again. I think it's just because Dan Skelton's horses are in really good form at the moment. But I think Athol Street's going to be a tough nut to crack come Saturday in this. I think he's the worthy favourite.
I couldn't disagree. I honestly don't like the race.
You could say something like, we're only 16 minutes in. I know there's not much race this weekend. I'll move on. Next.
Back to one Andrew picked.
Solid tipping. Well done. Next. Close Brothers Handicap Chase. Grade 3. And we have a field of Captain Nord is 9-2. Al Dancer 13-2. Clondalk Castle 7. Double Shuffle 8. Southfield Stone 11s. Black Curtain is 12s. Slate House, who I thought was dead, is 10-1. Mellow Ben's 14. Wow. I genuinely thought he was gone for some reason. Wow. Roman, I have a soft spot for him though. Roman 7 at 12s, and Tuck is cheap 14s and 16-1 bigger the rest. Dare I ask, do you have a view on this race?
I have 2.
Yeah, no one cares though. You're not saying that now. Go on.
I like 2 at each way prices. Southfield Stone, I like Harry Cobden up on him with Black Curtain heading the weights. He's on a pretty light weight at 10 stone 11. And I'll be honest, I think Slate House has a nice weight as well.
Hold up now.
You said he was dead. I never said he was.
No, the amount of times I backed that horse and I got slated for putting him up. And now you're going doing it where he's put into work. No, not having it. Not having it.
You know what? I don't care, to be honest. Right? The Tizard stable form is a continuous worry because he has had a couple of winners, but they're just not running to form. I'm fairly sure at some stage they'll bang in probably 20 winners in a month. It's bound to happen. Their horses are too talented. Yeah, and the horses are too talented not to. He can be sketchy at times. He can run a really good race and then a couple of bad races. But he did win a grade 1 around Kempton at Christmas last year. He looked to be traveling pretty well the last day at Wincanton. And like a lot of the Tizard horses, just seemed to find nothing off the bridle. Travelled into the race, looked like the winner, and then just dropped out. I think he'd have a chance around Kempton again. I think the track suits him. 3 miles around Kempton is not like 3 miles of the RSA like last year. And he's won a grade 1. He's carrying 11-2 in a handicap. I think he's a right good chance.
I was going to put him up. It's just the form is just such a worry of Colin Tizard's horses. I've just made a rule that I cannot start even contemplating backing a Colin Tizard horse until they start showing proper form. But look, if he comes back to his form,
I can understand that, and like I can see from the viewers they'll probably be worried about that as well. But I think he's overpriced even at like 10-11-1. Should be more around a 6-1 shot, and for that reason, I give it a go. Like.
Yeah, if he comes back to his form, he's a huge chance in it. Like he was going to piss up in the Paddy Power. Was it last year at Cheltenham? Yeah. He was coming there 2 out swinging on the bridle. He's so talented horse, such a talented horse. He hasn't really got his breaks, bar his grade 1 win at Kempton last Christmas. He's a good. If he comes back to his form, he could be well in still. talking of horses that I never thought I'd hear you put up, here's one I never thought I'd ever put up. Al Dancer.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Black Court.
Oh God,
That
no.
was me. That
Oh
was
God,
me
no.
leaving I was leaving the podcast. That was it.
I would have left myself.
I would have cancelled this now and gone to bed.
It would have been the end of my tipping career as we know it.
I think my heart went through the roof there for a second.
Yeah, still there. Dave just dropped down, and it's because I put up Blackhorn. Oh, it's the reason I was looking at.
I wonder if I do that for the crack sometimes with some random, like on the live podcast, if I just go,
Dave.
Well, everybody like, is he taking a piss or what?
You see me leaving here, jumping in the car, driving straight over, and you're just sitting up there laughing at me, and I fucking dick you. It's something you would do
someday.
Yeah. Where was it? Al Dancer. Don't like him. Never liked him. But I think today there's everything in place for him to win. He runs well when he's fresh. He's had to having a good 2.5 month break from his last run. Nigel Tristan Davis' horse are in flying form. He's banging in winners the last 2 weeks. He was dropped a pound for his last run behind Chatham Street Lad, which that race is just weird. It just fell apart. I don't know if it fell apart or he was just unbelievably good that day, but there's not a lot of horses gone into it whatsoever. He's a decent horse. He was backed into, I think, favoritism for the Supreme one year. He was backed for the Arkle last year. It was last year or the year before. There's a lot of talent there, but I think he's just very quirky. He's off 153. It's a decent mark for him. Kempton played to his strengths. I think he's a good chance at 15-2. I think it's his day for winning. The other one,
he looks like he will have one day where he puts it all together and wins a decent race. So I can understand your thinking on it.
Yeah, and it's the form of Nigel's horses as well. There's a lot of him winning, and he had a very good bumper horse that won on Saturday or Sunday. He beat hurdle race.
Yeah, Gowl Road.
Yeah. He trying to hang out over the railings twice coming down to the second last. Second, Sam let him down. He was gone. And he's given a good bit of weight to the second. He looks very good.
Reckon he's a good animal, that fella.
Yeah, he looks really good. Selfie Stone's another one that you touched on. He was a very good jumper. I think the track, again, at Kempton, a fast track for him to jump around. He won his first time out this year at Cheltenham, beating Cool Cody. Then he was put in his place by Protectory Ash the last time. But he was back to beat him that day. He won a jumper's bumper there, I think last week or a week before, but he's been second in a novice chase, grade 2 novice chase here. And he's won a hurdle race around Kempton as well. He likes the track, because obviously he likes the track. What is he, a 10-11-1? I think it's too big for him. Harry's on him. I think he's the right Nichols horse. What weight? What did you say he was carrying again?
10 stone 11.
That's perfect for him. That's easy enough. They're the two I'm taking over. They're the two I think will play a big part in it. I like them too now. I think Al Dancer will be one of my main bets. I think Selfie Stone. I don't like backing 2 horses in a race, but I think Selfie Stone will be the each way bet at the weekend.
Cover bet.
Yeah. I hate when you really like 2 horses in the race and you talk yourself out of backing one of them, and the one you back comes second, and the one you would have backed as well beat you. It's like sick as a dog.
I'd never do that. If I was spending €10 on the race, I'd split it to 2 5s, because if the other one wins, it's just not worth it. So I know you might, like, you could have had 10 on the one that won and won €100, but instead you win €50. But like, you really can't choose between 2 horses, I would split my stakes.
And the way I was looking at it as well now, for Cheltenham, there's sometimes you not easy, but sometimes you can predict the first 2, but to be at decent prices in your head, you can predict it. I think I'd start going to do a few forecasts, because there's a lot of time at Cheltenham has happened.
That's not a bad shout.
Right. On to Fairyhouse on Saturday, and the Bobbyjo Chase 3 mile chase over 3 miles 1.5 furlong. There's no odds as of yet, but the field is Acapella Bourgeois, Alpha de Zobo, Annabelle Fly, Borough Saint, Class Conti, The Long Mile, 2A Porme, Western Point, and Court Maid. This, Dave, is usually used for Willie Mullins and his Grand National horses. So, do we look at the obvious in Borough Saint?
No, I'd be going for Court Maid, to be honest.
You have a little soft spot for her.
Yeah, I like her a lot. I don't mind her her mishap per se the last day. I think she was given a bit of a bad ride as well that day. But
By
I
Mr.
like her
Robert.
a lot.
By who we were just talking about, Gavin, who's just a jockey who's had an awful season.
Yeah, he's had a bad season. I'm sure he'll get it back again, but
Oh, Robbie, up 100%, but it's just mad how things can change. Sorry, I just went off track there.
he's my favourite jumps jockey, but yeah, he hasn't had the best season by any stretch of imagination.
Is it a confidence issue, would you say?
Yeah, it could be like you said. You know what I mean? It's hard being away from your family with all this COVID stuff as well. He went over to the Tizard stable, probably thinking they had
the best jockey in Ireland.
A war chest of horses, and he's going to win a lot of races. But it didn't work out. Like the stable's obviously not in form, and then come back and he was off for a little while with being confined because of COVID. It's hard. Like he could roar back to form at Cheltenham. You know what I mean?
As they say, class is permanent, form is temporary.
Yeah. But yeah, Court Maid for me, I think she's still progressive, and I'd really hope she'd run well.
I've two in it. I don't know what prices they are, but I presume Borough Saint was probably up at the top. He's won just on the basis that Willie Mullins loves using this for his Grand National horses. And he's obviously been aimed at the Grand National. He was aimed at last year. He was up at the top of the market. Like he's run Hedge Hunter, the Midnight Club, On His Own, Rathfinden, Bells Hill, Acapella Bourgeois, all his kind of Grand National horses, and they've all won this race. Black Appalachia used it one year as a prep race, and he won it as well. Like Borough Saint, he's been said aimed for the English Grand National. He won the Irish one, beating Isle of Hope and Dreams. Won a hurdle race last year, which was a very good prep. Then Grand National was called off. It's two okay races, but he's kind of building up gradually towards this. I'd say he'll be ready enough to do himself justice to probably go close or win it. So it depends on prices and who ends up coming. But I presume he'd be the main Willie Mullins hope, and he'd probably win it. But another one coming for Willie Mullins is Class Conti. He was third in Thyestes, just gone in January. He's going to love the ground. It's still raining over here in Ireland. It's bucking down as I speak. The ground is going to be bottomless. He goes through it. Shown twice that he's a very good high-class handicapper. It'll come down to who handles the ground. And I think he might get in there off a nice price, and he'll be an each way show if the field stays the way it is. And you can't rule out Acapella Bourgeois. He runs this race in these as well. He won it last year, so. But I expect Borough Saint to win it, and I expect a good run from Class Conti.
Couldn't argue with you with that.
Shock, you not arguing with me. There's the thing I never thought you'd say.
I know.
We are going to move on to the last race. We're going to Sunday and up and over to Fontwell to the National Spirit Hurdle over 2 miles, 3.5 furlongs. 2 secs, and I just get the card. So I know that it's a good race. I was looking at it this morning, and we have Mac Fabulous, who is the new Oscar Whiskey, 2.5 miles specialist. Ballyandy, Call Me Lord, Cornerstone Lad, If the Cap Fits, Brewing Upper Storm, Reserve Tank, another one I thought was dead, and Ollie's Wish. Dave, pick it apart.
I really, really, really like Mac Fabulous. We said it last year. He disappointed probably his first couple of starts over hurdles. Then it started to all click. I said it the last day when he was at Kempton. I think all three of us might put him up as our nap. He was short and all, but he was just streets above what's there. I think he's way better than anything in this race again. think he wins this, then on to the Aintree hurdle. The distance is perfect for him. I don't think he doesn't stay 3 miles, but at the moment it's probably ideal for him with the speed he shows.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just cannot wait to see him over a fence next year. He's so big.
He
The way
just
he
looks like
travels
a
through his
chaser.
races, he just looks all the world an absolutely unbelievable chaser in the making. Can see him in the marsh next year, maybe. Might not go the RSA, but I just think he's class. Love how he travels, love how he finishes his races. And he's probably going to be odds on, but might not back him, but I'll watch this and I really, really like him as a horse.
Yeah, he's really the obvious one. He's a standout, as you said, in it. Like, he's beat on the blind side the last time out. Who's then he's won since again, and he's been third in a Grade 2 behind third wind. He was then, I should say, he went off a sharp price behind Time Hill to win that. I think it was the Long Walk Hurdle or something, or the fight, something like that. The Long Walk Hurdle, I think it was. Could be wrong now. Third behind Time Hill at Newbury, so it's not the Long Walk. The Long Walk is at Oscar, but anyway, as Dave said, he looks head and shoulders above these. It's going to be hard to beat him. When you're looking at what can you put up against him. You have Ballyandy, who's always going to run his race. He'd probably be second or third again. Cornerstone Lad has come back down over from fences where he's not really cut much. Or if the calf fits is the same. Bruin Upper Storm, who looked back to himself back over hurdles last time, but he still has to come up. Reserve Tank, who we haven't seen in God knows how long. Molly Ollie's Wish is the one that's interesting. Dan Skelton, she's at the going up on a hat trick. She's won over 2 mile 3, 2 mile 5, and 3 mile in the last 3 runs. She got
my dog is called Molly. Your son is called Ollie.
And I wish you'd win.
You know what I mean? We could be onto something there.
I was onto it once. I backed it at around Christmas time at Kempton. She actually beat me the last time. I backed this French yoke that had a ridiculous rating over in...
Imagine if Tom was here and we said that, the look of disapproving, because you can't back things like that.
Yeah, you can.
If you only knew.
90% of the time wins.
Yeah.
How many Robin horses have we backed? And I say if we actually kept track of it, we'd be in some profit.
Absolutely, because they're bog standard races, and sometimes you just be on the right mark and stuff like that. It's not the best way to be going, but like having a few beers and all that shit. Robin's dream or something is running. Go on, Robin.
Fire on that, we'll have that. Which should be back one at 25-1 or 33-1. That's not the winning.
Yeah. Golden Robin.
66-1.
Yeah, 66-1. I think I had €3 on it.
Where's up the north somewhere, up in Sedgefield or something.
And it was straight win, no each way, no way.
Oh, you're getting bold. You got bold today, won the bet you put on. He put his biggest bet ever on today.
I did. That's correct.
We get to it in a minute.
Biggest bet ever today on Envoy Allen at 4-5. Actually, I boosted it to 10-11.
Ooh.
Non-runner, non-runner money back, but he is going to run in the marsh. I just cannot, for the life of me, even non-runner no bet, understand why he's still 4-5.
He'll be 1-2.
I might have took him on and stuff last year, but there's just no legitimate contenders in the race. I think Monkfish and Norgamine are the next two in the bet. They're the next two in the betting at the moment.
Sorry, what?
They're not going to run.
Sorry, what?
What are we doing?
Can you say that name again, please?
Norgamine.
Thank you. I'm putting this in their contract.
Sorry, my bad. I think they're the next two in the betting, and then you like Sham Blue and Chantry House and whatnot. I think 4-5 is, to be honest, an investment.
He's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be like last year. He opened up a fight to 4 in the morning. He went off stupid odds on price. The money just kept rolling.
I said it. I have him as like a 1-3 shot. So you're getting 4-5. To me, that's an investment. All he has to do is jump the fences and he'll win. So
should have doubled him up with the fish.
I might do that as well.
The big chestnut-looking, beautiful bastard. It's
But
lovely
yeah.
looking. Back to this before we get on to reggae. Back to this.
Fabulous for me anyway.
Yeah, we're jumping ahead to Friday already. Yeah, I think Mac Fabulous is a win, and I think Ollie's Wishes is going to be his biggest danger.
That's fair.
That's it now. That's the weekend done. It's only we'll chat for a bit more.
I thought we were doing the race at Nice.
I put a question mark next to it. I have wrote down. Didn't I? All right, we'll do so. Ooh, go on.
Yeah, come on. I have one picked out anyway.
All right. Race at Nice on Sunday is to 2:30. Load. The Grade 3 2-mile chase. We have Backerson. The reason I didn't put it up because I think there's one horse only going to win it. Backerson, Silas Emery, Augusta Gold, Chosen Mate, Daily Tiger, Eclair, the Bofu, Kildori, Courtmaid, and Cafe Con Leche. Go on, Dave. Take it away.
Backerson.
See, that's why you didn't do it.
I wish Kubo was here to say Backerson, or however he says it in a Scottish accent. I clearly done that really
You
badly.
just sound like you had a sore throat.
Yeah, I sound like I was being chased by that fucking dinosaur again.
Oh, chased by the dinosaur.
But yeah,
this dinosaur.
I was going. Will you stop? I was going to try it again there in the accent. Every time I see it, I want to say it the way Kubo says it. Do you know what I mean?
Try again. Take a deep breath. Compose yourself. Go.
Backerson. Nah, I can't do it.
Awful.
Yeah, I think he's a right good horse. Like watching him, he mops up these kind of grade 2, grade 3 races. I think he'll win, and I'd be interested to see how Eclair the Bofo runs, and then maybe he will run at Cheltenham.
I'll be interested to see how badly Chosen Mate runs and how much he will be left down in the weights before the handicaps come out, marks come out for the Grand Annual.
It's a bit of a plot job, Andrew, is it?
Small one, I'd say. Back to win the same race you won last year. Always happens. Always run huge races. And he's 14-1. I wouldn't put anyone off backing him. But yeah, Backerson wins this. He's kind of race he mops up every year. Silas Emery is kind of he's held by Backerson on the Clonmel Oil chase.
There was no reason to put that picture up, by the way.
Yeah, there was.
There wasn't.
There was.
I don't know what it is, but it wasn't a good thing. I was trying to think of a word there, and it was in, but it wouldn't come out. Oh,
no, good old Tony T-Rex.
I was going to say that's deflammatory for my character, but it wasn't. I don't know what I was trying to say.
Honestly, anytime now you piss me off now, that's just going to be put on the screen.
It's been a long day. I don't need that shit in my life, like.
It's not in your life; it's in your dreams.
It really is.
You need to get another. I'm going to buy you another dream catcher because I'm getting worried about your dreams.
The dream catcher's not working anyway.
No, or either is the pheasant. Any other mad dreams?
Yeah, there was a few, but nothing as bad as being chased by a T-Rex, thinking you're in Jurassic fucking world.
What kind of was it? A T-Rex or was it T-Rex?
Yeah, just a T-Rex.
Yeah. Just before I forget, so from it's active now. So there's an ACCA bonus on Hollywood Best now. As you can see there, you get 2% for 2 legs, 4% for 3, 6 for 4, 10 for 5 to 10, 11. So you can use in your football, horse racing, whatever you want. So you can enhance your odds and your winnings. Well, your winnings, not your odds. Enhance your odds. So that's a good thing to go with. That'll be the retirement fund ACCA for Cheltenham. We're going on that. And so I'll go through a few things for Fridays. So on Friday, we have prizes. We have 2 finish line and Hollywood Bets hoodies to give away. We finish line mugs. We have what else do we have? We have vouchers for Peppers.
Vouchers for the food. Yeah.
Vouchers for Peppers in Waterford Indian restaurant. By far the best, no matter what Tom says. It is by far
quality now.
by far the best Indian restaurant in Waterford. So that's a sit-down meal for 4 with a bottle of house red wine and white wine, not choosing between. You get both of them. And the same for Planet Spice up in Clonmel. Exact same sit-down meal for 4 with a bottle of red and white, their house wine. And there'll be a few other things. We have enhanced prices, which I'm not telling you who they are, but I know who they are already. They're for the championship races. Okay?
Very good.
So be prepared to have your Hollywood Bets account open, ready to go to avail of these, because they're not going to be up for that long. They're only going to be up for the duration that we're probably talking about and a few minutes after, until we get to the next championship race. So it's one horse in each of the championship races is going to be enhanced.
Is it a maximum bet amount?
I'll explain everything on Friday. Okay, I'll explain to you after this. I just wanted to confirm and double confirm before I say any more.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
But it's a very good offer. It's a lot more than most bookmakers would leave you win off these bets. So I'll have my phone ready to do it myself now, to be honest. Look, they're not going to be like, say, for the champion hurdle. It's not going to be someone like.
Don't give it away. Don't. No,
it's not going to be someone like Not So Sleepy at a super price.
Yeah, don't give it away.
It's going to be a market leader. They're all going to be market leaders in with a chance of winning. So again, the link, if you want to sign up, there's no pressure whatsoever. But the links will be in the description. The Irish site and the UK site, both in the description. You click on it, the finish line promo code should be on the end of it. If not, just put in finishing line, all in capital letters, without any spaces. That'll get you to be able to avail of it, because you won't be able to unless you have that code in your account. And yeah, that's all I can say right now. But I will say everything when we get going at 7:30 on Friday, which so much to do still.
Yeah, I'd help, but I'm in Dublin tomorrow, so I'm not helping.
I know, I'd be gone.
You weren't going to have to be, because I'm not helping.
Yeah, because you wouldn't help anyway. You'll just be standing there giving out to me. Would you not do that? Would you not do this?
Yeah, that's probably true as well, but sure, look.
At least you're here to do it to me.
Okay, yeah, at least I care enough.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so before we go, again, Friday, 7:30, live on YouTube and Facebook. Myself, Dave and Tom, Andrew Blair White, Sam and Jack from Next Generation, and up in the Antes, Gavin Lynch. So don't miss it. It's going to be an unbelievable night. It's going to be good crack. We're going to have a lot of fun. There's going to be wine at the ready. That's just on Tom's sides. Look, we're all going to be having an old sip or two, but we're going to be good fun, good crack, and let's hope we pick out a few winners more.
I even bought 2 bottles of cider today.
Wine glass like Tom?
Yeah, I'm having out a wine glass. I saw the one. I haven't really drank since. Yeah, in a while, like so.
You had a glass of that Copperberg at my house, and you were having heart palpitation. I was getting worried you're sitting there.
Yeah, no, I bought 2 bottles of that, so we'll sip away on that. Be a few hours chatting shite anyway, so.
We go crack. What better than talking shite for 3 hours about Cheltenham?
Look, it's just a good. If you're into horse racing, it's the best time of the year, so.
It's the be all. Look, no matter what anyone says, it's the be all and end all of racing. It's better than Royal Ascot. It's better than any of them all put together.
We liken it to the build up to Christmas for kids and Santa coming. Like this is it for us.
4 days of Christmas for us.
Yeah, it's great.
And if this all goes well, who knows what will happen next year? Sell out a place somewhere, be some crack.
Yeah.
Right, so we wrap it up now. There's not much to talk about this weekend. So again, we are back Friday. Cheltenham Fest preview. Can't wait for it. I hope you can join us. So hit the subscribe button, the bell icon, so you won't miss it when we go live. Again, 7:30 Friday night, and we will see you there and hope for a few winners and a good crack. So again, lads, thanks for watching, and give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you then.